2006 with street market was like, in my opinion, sort of like a real like low, almost lowest point of like streetwear to me anyway. You know, I just saw like a lot of people that didn't know what it meant to like have a brand. You know, like a lot of kids were just like doing something, and like, you know, they would make a shirt on like an Illustrator and just be like, yo, look at my new line. Like they didn't even have like a real product yet. They didn't even have a real brand, you know. Especially with like the internet thing, I try to do things the old way.
Yeah.
Even more so now. Whereas, I'll tell you, like for the first 7 years maybe, like I was doing things my way because that's just my way, you know.
Yeah.
But for the past maybe 2 years, I'm now consciously saying, I'm not gonna put this on the internet. I'm not gonna release this, you know. I try to like hold back because, like you were saying, the demand for it is so like, it's like rats, like gimme, you know. And like kids want, like, they want to see the post, and then in 2 hours they want to see a new post. And they feel the need to update so much. Their level of quality is going down, you know. Like if anybody says, hey, I have a new line, can you put it up? Like, he'll just put it up because it's something new that he can update. Whereas maybe in the beginning, he was like, I never heard of you, I'm not gonna put you up, you know what I mean? Like, I hate it when I see shit online that is not gonna come out for like half a year.
You know, you see what I mean?
Yeah, it's the worst. I think it's bad. I think it's bad. And I'm speaking as a designer though. I think it's bad. But honestly, like as a consumer, I want to see that like exclusive shit. Like I want to see that Jordan that ain't coming out till like you know next, you know,
also
December.
For you.
Yeah. The other thing that's missing now too is like, you remember when you were a kid, and I don't know, for me it was like going to the mall and going to Foot Locker, right?
Yeah.
And like going to Foot Locker and actually like looking on the whole wall and being like, oh damn, what's this? When is the last time you had that feeling? When is the last time you went into a sneaker store and was just like actually looking at everything and like discovering something on your own? No, now you walk into a store, you're like DQM, Huff, Quick Strike, 45 Days, Tears, like you know everything. You're like a Nike salesman.
So
Nike as a whole, they know that they need to bring, and this is all companies. Nike's just, I mean, Reebok for sure, you know, like, but they need to bring the passion back into the game. Now it's become like, it's almost like a comedian telling jokes. Like, that was funny. What's the next joke? That was good. Okay, next joke. Like, it can't be like that anymore. Now you got to bring that passion back. Like, I used to look at Nike ads and get goosebumps. Yeah. Like, oh shit, you know, like Mars Blackman. Oh shit, you know. They don't have that anymore. There's no more goosebumps anymore. Yeah. But you know what's happening now? This is a big issue. The sell-throughs on the Air Force 25 is horrendous.
Wow.
The sales of the Air Force 25 is really, really bad. I've heard as low as like 2%.
Oh yeah.
So like a store gets 100 pairs, they sold 2. You know. So here it is like,
it was the top scorer.
Here it is like, we dropped all this money on this shit. You know, we trusted these blogs. You know, it was supposed to work. Viral marketing. You know, we got Rakim. Like we got Nas, and it didn't work.
Most of the people didn't know who was working.
Like, why didn't it work? Why aren't we selling millions of these shoes? We didn't do anything with the Air Force One. We didn't put $1 into that, and it sold like crazy. How come it's not working? So what might happen now is, now corporate America might be like, you know what? Fuck this street shit. Like, no. We lost a lot of money on this stuff. Yeah. You know, let's go back to the way we used to do things, you know? There's one major positive that's really obvious, I think, is that this explosion forces the people who really are into this to rise above. You know what I mean? That's what it does. Like, it basically, it's like if you look at it as a comparison to sports, right? And like a lot of times in the NBA, like in basketball, they talk about expansion teams, right? Like you're giving all these cities new teams, and there's like constantly new teams. And it's like the problem with that, the negative is that when you have too many new teams, you have all these teams that suck, and you have all this mediocre talent, right? Because the talent is all spread out. But what happens is that the good teams have to come above that, and then you get all this new talent. So, you know, like it forces me as a designer to say, I need to do something to step above all of this, you know? So maybe if it wasn't for all these new guys that came, maybe I would just be chilling. maybe I'll just keep doing the same thing I usually do. But because of these new guys, I'm like, I gotta step up. I gotta keep stepping it up. You know? My personal taste, like what I'm buying now,
Yeah.
I'm sort of like regressing into like really basic stuff.
Yeah, because you're getting all like Fredo. Like
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
Like everybody, like him.
I don't know if it's because I'm getting old, but it might be because of what's exploding right now. Like the shit that I see, I'm like, God, like
Déjà vu.
I know, I just can't I can't be like that. I don't know. ReadSpace is just, you know, people walk into ReadSpace and they're like, what is this? What kind of store is this, you know? ReadSpace is basically my brain like spilled out into like physical format, you know, like any little thing I'm into, you know, I'm just like, oh shit, like I really like this book. It could have nothing to do with streetwear, fashion, or whatever, you know, like that really meant something to me. Let's get that in here, you know what I mean? And I guess that helps that I travel and I meat a lot of different people and I'm influenced by many, many different things. So that's why when you come into ReadSpace, there's something for everybody, you know. And I was there once on a, like, I don't work in ReadSpace like as a retail, but sometimes I'll just hang out in the store and see what's going on. And one time, I was there on a Saturday, and like there was like a line, like of people paying. You know, there's like 6 people waiting online to pay, and it was like, you know, like a hip hop dude, you know, baggy pants, baggy shirt. Behind him, straight up like gay homosexual guy. Behind him, Latin dude with his son. Behind him, like a white, like older lady from like the Midwest, like a tourist. Everyone had something different in their hand. One guy had a 10 Deep shirt, one guy had a magazine, one lady had a book, you know, like one girl had a CD, you know. So like I was like, that's what's dope about ReadSpace, is that like, you know, all these different cultures can find something that they like here. And when we have our art openings, you know, when I see the number of different types of people that are at our art openings, it's dope. Because when I go to other people's shows, I see one clique. You know, I go to this store, I go to this gallery, I see that clique. Okay, I'll go over here, I'll see that clique. But when you come to ReadSpace party or event, they're all there. Yeah, they're all there. How can I explain the success?
Yeah.
Just blood, sweat, and tears. That's it.